guys, if anybody's here. Let me see if I can zoom this thing out. Oh, let me zoom out. Maybe not. Why can't I zoom? I don't know. I was trying to zoom you guys out because I got y'all all up in my face or in my grill. All right, let's see what I can do here. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess, guys. Hang on. Y'all know it's a normal video for me whenever I'm being goofy. Hey, Miss Debbie. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I was trying to get my... It's got the filter thing on the bottom of this, and I can't get it off, so hopefully y'all can't see that, because it's very annoying. Annoying. I can't talk. How is everybody doing? Can y'all believe I'm on here live tonight? Yeah, it's been, hang on and I'll get my mic. I'm trying to get my iPad set up to where I can see the chat. Y'all, it's been so long since I've done this. Y'all believe I'm on here
see.
live tonight? Okay. Hi, Aussie Battler Budgets. Wow, Australia. That's a long way away from us. So guys, how bad is this thing? Let me see if I can, I guess I can try and raise it up. No, Jen, I am not, and that's actually, hang on. Actually why I decided to go live, because I literally have no energy at all whatsoever. I just don't feel like doing anything. This thing is shaking. I'm so sorry. I'm exhausted, and so I know that my iron, my hemoglobin, I know it's bottomed out. I know that. So I am going to go to I'm going to go and have my blood work done next week. So hopefully, a lot of it is I'm not eating much. I'm not hungry. I don't know. So what I was working on tonight, and I mean, I'm trying to finish some stuff up for Etsy. These are some savings challenges, and I really, y'all know I always say I'm going to be transparent. I didn't feel like doing it. So I figured I'd get on here, go live. You guys always keep me company. I think that's what it was, that cruise life messed me up. I mean, it messed me up. For somebody that had no desire to ever go on a cruise because I was terrified of a boat, to now we've already got our next family vacation cruise booked January 5th through 12th of next year. Already got that done. Already got my room number, you name it. And so now I'm just waiting. As soon as I can find out what dates my husband will be off as soon as session's over, I'm scheduling another cruise. So yeah, that cruise life. Okay, so those of you that know me, y'all know I'm always. I'm going to try not to knock the wax melts off the side of my desk. But anyway, you guys that know me, y'all know. Oh, I'm about to knock the melted wax. Lord, please don't let me knock that wax off. Y'all know I never stop, ever. Y'all, I have not done much of anything. And then, like, when we were on the cruise, we done they called it late dining, but it was like, I don't know what time it was. It was like 7:30 or something. And so we would get done eating by like 9-ish or something. And guys, I would go to bed at 9:30 at the latest. I would crawl up in my bed in the room, and I was out. Like, I don't know. I've never been that type of person. Ever in my life have I ever slept like that. Um, I always have problems sleeping, but not on the boat. I mean, I would go to bed about 9:30, and then I would get up about 4:35, probably between 4 and 4:30, and then I would just go sit out on the balcony. And at 6, when room service opened, I would call them and get a pot of coffee and some danishes delivered for us. And y'all, I mean, it was wonderful. I guess that's what it was. It was just, I don't know. I guess it was that gentle. The only time that I can say that I've ever slept like that before was, I don't know how many of you guys know, but my girls used to sing. They used to sing and record bluegrass gospel, and they traveled all over, mostly the Southeast U.S. But we had a big entertainer coach bus. It was a Silver Eagle, and it had I know I'm going to get the engine size wrong. I want to say 651 or 951 Detroit diesel engine in it. And then we had a big 10,000 watt gen set right underneath my bunk. Guys, and then our bunks, they were real little. And so we had 6 bunks in there, and then it had a bedroom. So when we crawled in the bunk, you pull your curtain closed on the bunk. And so it was dark, and then we'd have the AC on, and then the sound of that engine, and then the sound of the generator, and it was because the generator was diesel as well. I slept then. That's the only time that I've ever slept like that, was the cruise and when we would be traveling with the bus. They do. Jen, I need to send you a CD. Send me an email or send me something on Etsy, because you know me. As soon as we get done with this chat, I'll forget all about it. But I have several of their CDs left that I think it's 10 songs on their CD, that the one I still have. And 9 of the songs are songs that were written by my girls. The last song on the CD is Farther Along, and that one was public domain. But all the rest of them they wrote, and they are just absolutely beautiful songs. In fact, one of the songs that is on the CD, and I have to say it is my favorite, it's called Trust in God. And the funny thing is how they wrote that song. All of the girls, or 4 of the girls, my oldest daughter didn't sing with them because by the time they started singing, she was already married. But the 4 girls were at my second daughter's and her husband's house, and Kimberly was sitting at the piano. Becca was sitting on a box of dog food, like a plastic tote of dog food. Victoria was sitting on the hardwood floor. I don't remember what Priscilla was doing. And they started singing. And that's how they always did. Like, they would write it all together. Like, one person would start it, and they would just, they thought in unison. And so Rebecca started tapping on the dog food box. Victoria started tapping on the floor. And y'all, this song is so beautiful. Oh, wow. I'll have to check you out, Aussie. Yeah, my second daughter, she's written many songs, and she's won some talent competitions and that kind of stuff. And um, my children, they all play every kind of music just about known to man. And I play a lot, and so I like taught them the basics when they were real little. But I'm gonna tell y'all, they far surpassed me. Like, they are way beyond my capabilities. Yeah, I'll see, what kind of songs do you write? I would love. And is your YouTube what your the Aussie Battler budgets, or I would love to check it out. So yeah, my girls, they've written, I just cut that open. Oh well. This is for my, I am trying to get a month. I'm just going to go ahead and cut these off. I'm trying to get a month ahead, and y'all see, I'm supposed to be doing Etsy stuff, and y'all see how I've already seen a squirrel and got off on this. Anyway, yeah. I think I've messed this up because dummy wasn't thinking. Oh well, we're just going to go with it. I may have to redo these. I might better just stick to what I was doing. Oh, cool. Yeah, please do. I'd love to know what you... I would love to know and love to check it out. So anybody else go check it out too to see what she does. I'm going to move this because I've already messed that up and I'm not even going to keep on with it. I'm just... See, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm just like... I don't know. I'm just not with it lately. So I don't know if any of you saw the video. I think it was yesterday. I don't even know when I done it. This is what I am working on, are some of these savings challenges for my Etsy. My goodness. And so y'all look how cute these are. These look like cassette tapes. Isn't that adorable? I love these. And so I need to get these in my Etsy shop, and so that's why I've printed out some of the different designs. And y'all, that's why I just need y'all to keep me company. Keep me company, keep me working, because I'm so tired. I am just really tired. I don't know, and I went over to Jacksonville to be with my friend, and that has really, really wore on me. Not, oh goodness. Yeah, but she's my age, and this is her second brain surgery, and I don't know, my heart just breaks for her. And so I think that's maybe one of the things that's going on with... I'm mentally exhausted. I'm stressed and worried about her. She's a single mom. Her daughter is disabled, and she has no family in Jacksonville. And I don't know. Just pray for her. Anybody, any of y'all that prays, I'm just asking, please pray for her. I know that there's got to be a reason for what she's going through, but God knows I don't know what the reason is, and it breaks my heart. She and I have been friends for 40 years, and it just, I don't know. Oh no. Hang on, let's see. I hear I'm supposed to be going through my... Wow. So I don't know. I think that's just really taken a toll on me mentally, just really worrying about her. So y'all just, if you can, keep her in your prayers. She's been my buddy for many, many years. And, there's some friends that, thank you, she's one of those that we did lose contact for a little while whenever I was going through my divorce. There was about 5 years that we didn't talk. But she's one of those friends that it don't matter how long it's been, when we get in touch with each other, it's just like we hadn't skipped a day. I mean, not a single day. So I'm just praying that the Lord will make a way. I know He will. I know He will. What do y'all think about these colors? Aren't these cute? These remind me like of the 80s Lisa Frank or something. Am I dating myself now with that, saying 80s Lisa Frank? I probably am. So I might not better say that again. Because, yeah, my kids might find out how old I really am. Oh, I got to tell you guys, but I did tell myself the other night in church, last Sunday morning. y'all know, I don't know if y'all know. I'm just talking to y'all like y'all know everything about me. Anyway, for many years, I ran a private Christian school. I was the senior administrator of a private Christian school. And, you know, get bold. Yep, that's it. They are. But anyway, so I run the private Christian school, and I had several students, and I love them. I loved them all. But there were several students that, they became my children. And so one of them, his name is Billy. His name is Billy Tharp. So I don't know if he's watching or if any of his family or friends are, but Billy was my baby. But now Billy aggravated the daylights out of me, guys. Oh my God, y'all, this boy aggravated me. He was a little bit older than my oldest daughter. But oh my goodness, this boy had a smart mouth on him. He was sweet as he could be, but he had a mouth on him. And I don't know. I prayed a lot. Let's just say that. Well, when he got a little older, I don't even remember how old he was when it happened. He got in a bad car wreck and broke his neck. And the doctor said that he was a quadriplegic, and all kinds of stuff. Well, Billy, he's always been my baby. In fact, his dad is the one that taught my dad how to play the bass guitar, which my dad never taught me how to play, but because he said he'd teach me when my hand wrapped around the neck of the guitar, and it never did. So I had to just watch them and had to learn how to play. So long story. Anyway, Billy he's in a wheelchair. He is early to mid 30s now, and he can use his arms. He can absolutely use his arms, and he's starting to get feeling back in his legs, and it's been 10 years or so. But Billy, it didn't matter that he's in a wheelchair. None of that matters. I mean, when Billy was not living for the Lord, Billy would fight anybody. He'd fight the cops. He didn't care. That wheelchair didn't slow him down. So in church, he visited our church Sunday and gave his testimony. And I was like, before I went down from the organ, I was like, yeah, I taught Billy in school, and talking about how it was. And then somebody after come up to me and says, you told your age, saying that you taught him in school. I was like, what? I meant to say I went I was with him in school. Like, we were schoolmates. Hi. You can come wash my van, my car, whatever that thing is. It needs And y'all, that's the other thing. Did y'all hear what happened to me with my car going down to for the cruise? So we were, my mom and dad rode with me and my youngest son in my car, and we were making really good time. And we got to Chiefland, and my mom, she said, do we want to stop and get something to eat, like in a set down restaurant, or do we want to just get something and keep on the road, keep on driving? Well, me and Josiah, I'm one of those, when I'm ready to go somewhere, I want to get there. I don't want to do a bunch of stopping. I don't want to do all of that. And so me and Josiah, we were both like, let's just grab something and keep on the road. Y'all, I promise you, before God in heaven, I'm not even exaggerating. No sooner did we get that out of our mouth, just that quick, all of a sudden, we were coming into Chiefland, and all of a sudden, the check engine light came on my van, on my car. I drive a Buick Enclave. The check engine light came on, and it dropped down. Hey, Lindy! Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in forever. Anyway, the check engine light came on, and my engine dropped down into first gear, and it would not change gears. And I was like, okay. So we turned straight into, there was a McDonald's right there. And I turned into the parking lot at the McDonald's, and we went in, we got something to eat. We went ahead and sat down. And, my thought process was, I'm going to let it cool. Maybe it'll be okay once it cools. And we got done eating and come out, and I started it up. The check engine light was still on, and it still wouldn't go out of low gear. But there happened to be a dealership like directly across the road from where we were. So I said, okay, I said, I will limp it on across the road to the dealership. And I did. And normally my mom would have been like stressed beyond stress, but she didn't get stressed, and I wasn't stressed either. And we were like, okay, we need to figure out a plan B just in case we can't get this on down to Miami. And my uncle happened to be, oh yeah, McDonald's, my favorite. um, but my uncle happened to be in a little town, maybe 40 minutes from us. He was working. So I went ahead and got online. I found a rental car. My Uncle Greg was going to come pick me up, take me to Ocala to get the rental car. And we were just going to do that, you know. So the guy run the codes on my car. And he said, my transmission guy's on lunch. He said it'll be about an hour or so before he gets back. 20 minutes or so before he gets back. And we'll have him look at it. I said, okay. So I asked him, I said, can I take a picture of that scan, the printout? Because, you know, my ex-husband is like, literally, he is a top-notch mechanic. And, yeah, my family says make it easy a lot too. So he said, sure. So I took a picture of the printout and I sent it to Philip, and it was showing a solenoid J or the transmission control module. And I sent it to Philip, and he said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, neither one of them is going to be an easy fix. He said, neither one of them can be fixed today. And he said, if it is the transmission control module, he said, you either need to just go ahead and trade it in. He said, because it'd be better to put a new transmission in it. But, you know, honestly, it's better to trade it in. So here I am, you know, I'm like, Lord, I don't know what you're trying to teach me, but okay. So I went in there and sat down. I told Mama, and, you know, I sat down and I just prayed. I was like, you know, Lord, it's in your hands. There's nothing else I can do. And, I don't know, I guess about 45 minutes later, the guy come in, the transmission guy, and he comes in and he says, I cleared the code, you know, which they can do that. He said, I put the computer to it and I cleared the code. He said, and I drove it for about 20 minutes. He said, it has not come back on. He said, but that doesn't mean that you might get a mile down the road and it's going to come right back on. You know, he said, I can't guarantee that. And he said, you know, with what's going on, he said, you need a new transmission, or you better off to trade it in. And he said, you know, it's up to you what you do right now. He said, you know, you're welcome to try and drive it on the way it is, or, you know, we can try. And I said, I'm going to try and drive it the way it is. You know, it'll be fine. You know, if it gets us broke down, at least we'll be that much closer. And he said, okay. So this was a dealership, and I don't know if any of you know anything about dealerships, but if they just open your car door, you're looking at several $100 just for them to open the door to look inside. So we go to the office to take care of the bill, and my mom says, how much do we owe you? And the guy said $268, which that wasn't bad, not considering that he had cleared the code and he had spent, you know, over an hour on my vehicle, that kind of stuff. And my mom said, okay. And he looks at her, he says, no. He said, you don't owe me anything. He said, y'all go and enjoy the cruise. And so we were both like, okay. You know, I was in shock, you know. And guys, that was a month and a half ago. And my car is still running fine. And I almost, some of me, I don't know if you've watched any of my budget videos, but I've been saving up in a car maintenance fund. And I'm like, yeah, I got to beef this one up. And then I got to thinking about it, just actually today, I got to thinking about it. If I believe God touched my car, which I know that he did, why am I worrying about that car maintenance fund? I mean, it'd be good to have, but I need to get my mind off of that, the reason why I'm trying to beef it up. Because if God touched my car, he touched my car. And I think he did. I know he did. My thought process is, yeah, that's exactly it, Jen. My thought process was this. It was not meant for, there was some reason that the Lord did not want us on the road for a couple of hours. I don't know what it was. I have no earthly idea. But I mean, there was some reason that I was not supposed to be on the road for a couple of hours. And, my mom, when she suggested that we go in somewhere and eat, Josiah and I were being stubborn, and we were like, no, we want to keep going, and so the Lord said, okay, I'll take care of that. You ain't going nowhere for a couple of hours. And so as soon as that was done and we were back on the road, I mean, everything's been fine. So I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm not going to question it. I know when my mom and dad and I, we lived in Mexico some growing up. My parents done some missionary work over there, and I can remember this one time. In fact, whenever this happened with my car, Mom and I were talking about this. There was one time we were coming back from Mexico. We were headed back to we were already back in the States, and I was probably 8 or 9, and I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I just had to have some French fries. I had to have some. And so Mom and Dad, they pulled off and got me some French fries. And guys, no sooner did we get back on the interstate, we had missed a 40-car pileup by minutes, like literally by minutes. And it hit my mom and said, I probably should. But it hit my mom, and she said, oh my goodness. She said, if we had not pulled off, she said, we could have been in the middle of that. And that is so true. And so sometimes I find myself, like, if I'm getting ready for work, or I'm trying to go somewhere and I'm trying to get somewhere and I'm trying to get there in a hurry, and everything starts happening and I'm running late, and everything just seems to go wrong. I try my hardest to stop and just say, okay, yes, Lord, because I've learned there's so many times that if I had not been 1 minute out the door, exactly, but God, so many times if I had been out the door at the moment that I wanted to, I'm telling, well, I don't know if I got a picture. I would love to show you guys the picture, but I think it's on my phone. My nephew just got in a very, very, very bad wreck. It's been a couple months ago now. He totaled his truck. Now, mind you, y'all, my nephew is 6'5", and my son-in-law came up. My son-in-law's a deputy. My son-in-law came up on the scene, and he didn't even know that it was my nephew because the vehicle was unrecognizable. And they said there's no way that anybody survived that. It's just mainly salvage now. But he survived, and he got to the hospital, and they told his mom that all kinds of stuff, and told him that they were going to have to wire his jaw shut, that all of the bones in his face was broke, and I don't even remember what all they told him. And then we seen a picture of the truck, and y'all, I am 4'10". On my heaviest days, I'm 102 pounds. So I'm a nothing. I'm literally half the size of Mally, literally. And y'all, I don't know how that boy came out of that truck, because I couldn't have come out of that truck. But where the steering wheel was like this, it literally looked like something right here had just kind of put their hand there. And I don't know. To this day, I don't know how the boy survived. Yeah, I mean, I do, but I don't. And they got him in there to do surgery. They didn't have to wire his jaw shut. He was eating hot dogs and chips within 2 weeks of this accident. how on earth? I mean, I know how, but I mean, it's just, it's amazing sometimes that, you know, you see stuff like that. And I know for a fact that God had his hand. Well, yeah, I guess I should write a biography one day. So, um, my daughter, my oldest daughter and her husband, they lost their home, their first home. They lost it in Hurricane Hermine. And, that was a bad storm. And yeah, hurricane, it was awful. And we lived in Tallahassee. My ex-husband and I, we lived in apartments at the time. And, we called everybody and said, you know, why don't y'all come up here and stay with us? And all of the kids, 8 of the kids did. But my oldest daughter and her husband and family said, no, we're going to stay here. We've looked around. Everything's okay. I think we're going to stay here. So they're in Woodville, which is maybe 5 miles from where we were. So they lost power early on. And so we had power for a while. So we would keep them updated about the tornadoes and that kind of stuff. And finally, I guess about maybe 2 o'clock that morning, we lost power too. And so we would still had our cell phones and stuff, and we were watching. Well, we were sitting out on the patio of our apartment, and y'all, we heard the tornado, and we saw the purple and all that down towards Woodville, which is where my daughter was. And you know, we sent the text, whatever, but we didn't know anything. And y'all, the next little bit was just, I don't know, it was so long. But when you get a phone call at 3:18 in the morning during a hurricane, you know it's not good. And my daughter got out the words. She said, "Ma, we're all okay." That's all I heard. I don't remember anything else. I really don't, because I lost it. I knew something was bad. I knew. And so what had happened was the tornado come right through them. Well, my son-in-law had just stepped outside to kind of assess everything. My granddaughter was asleep on the bed in the master bedroom. My grandson was asleep on the couch in the living room. And Elizabeth was standing at the front door with it open, looking out because Kenny had just walked outside. And the tornado came through, and the tree that was right in front of the front door, Elizabeth, she said she just felt to shut the door. All of a sudden, she shut the door and turned and walked away. And when she did, y'all, that tree came down on the house. It split the house in half, literally in half. Y'all want to see pictures? You can email me. I've got pictures of it. It split the house in half, and it came down right where my grandson was. Like, this is the house, and the tree was like this, and this would be Miguel. The tree came down just like this. This part of the roof was a wide open span. There was nothing under it. It was just very open. Y'all, this didn't fall. There was pieces of the tree that went through the roof, through the floor, and impaled into the ground a foot in the room right next to it. But right here, where my grandson was, that roof was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, the house was destroyed, but my grandson was okay. And, you know, my ex-husband, because whenever Elizabeth called, I was like, I'm headed out there. I'm headed out there now. And it was like 3 o'clock. He said, you can't. He said, you cannot get out there. He said, stop. You know, it's going to make it worse. Stop. We'll go at first light. And we did. And it still took us 2 hours to get 5 miles. And because it was awful. But when he got up on the roof to look, because he's the one that took the tree down for him, he got up on the roof and looked at it. And when he come down, he said, I'm going to tell you. He said, if I didn't believe in God before today, he said, I'll tell you for sure there's God. He said, because there's no way. He said, there's no way possible that roof should have held up. He said, it's not happening. He said, number one, I know construction. He can do construct. He said, I know construction. And he said, and I know how this way. He said, that tree should have went all the way through the living room, just like it did the room next to it. And if you see the pictures, you can see the damage, and then you just see like a wall, and it's like an invisible wall where there's absolutely no damage whatsoever. And my grandson is okay. My grandson is perfectly fine. So I just had to learn that things happen, and that's why, I don't know. I've had people say, why is that happening to you? You're a Christian. I thought things like that didn't happen to Christians. And yeah, it does. But it just means I don't have to go through it all alone, and I'm not hopeless. I have hope, and I can, I know it'll be okay. I don't know how. I have no idea how most things are going to be okay. I just like, okay, Lord, I'm trusting you. I have there's a song my girls sing. It's called Blind Faith. Talk about I need blind faith to carry me through the things I cannot see. And that's how I am. I just have to have my blind faith. I'm just one of those that I'm crazy enough just to totally believe the Lord. I just, it's easier that way. See, guys, y'all get me talking, and look, I've almost got all of these cut out, and I'm still like, I'm still holding my head up. That's a shock. Because I don't know, maybe that's the Lord's way of trying to tell me I need to slow my roll, slow it down, sister. Because I'm just so tired. I've just been, I don't know. And then my little naked baby, I'm surprised she's not at the door screaming at me, because this was my week in the office. And so when she has to go the week that I'm in the office, that means she doesn't get to sit in mama's lap all day. Oh my God, y'all, that child is relentless. Like, I cannot even turn around without her on top of me. And dare I bend over, because she's going to be on my shoulders like a parrot. Y'all, she's a mess. Lindy, how are you guys doing? Are y'all doing okay? I haven't talked to you in forever. I've just been such a bad friend. I've just been, I don't know. And number one, y'all, that job is kicking my booty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But there's so much to learn. So much to learn. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, because I love learning. But oh my goodness, there are some days that I'm like, can I just breathe for 1 minute? Because I think there's 4 investigators under me, and there's about to be 5. And so before 2:30 is when, like, all transmittals have to go to the field by 2:30. And so up until 2:30, I've told my husband, I said, I'm not even looking up before 2:30. I will not even look up from my desk, because about the time I think I've got one investigative report looked at and ready to send, or one transmittal done, then I got another investigator sending one in, and I'm like, oh my God. And then today, the chief investigation manager, he messaged me, because it's my week to do, my rotation for the consumer services box, which is insane. It's where all the emails go. And he had an email in there that I had not looked at since Monday. I have been looking at emails, but somehow I didn't see that one. I'm like, Toby, I'm sorry. I said, they've had me hopping. I said, but I'm getting on it right now. And I did. I did get them done, but I felt so bad. I don't know. I don't like that. But I didn't, I wasn't going to try and put no blame. It was me. I missed it. Point blank, I missed it. It happens. But how's everybody else doing? Miss Jen, how are you doing? You doing okay? How are things going for your ladies' retreat? Ow. No, I need to see. I hate that I messed up my little things, because I've done my I'm trying to do my month ahead finder. because I would like to have 1 month of bills stuck into a binder, and not that I would use that to pay the bills with per se. I'd like to have that in a binder and then kind of set it out of the way, or put it in the high yield savings account or something, and just kind of like almost forget it, so that if there is a time where, you know, I need it, I know that I have a month of bills taken care of. And so that's what I was trying to do with all that stuff earlier, and I don't know what I've done. I messed it up. I messed it up big time, so I'm gonna have to redo those. Just aggravating. Oh, that'll be fun. That will be so much fun. I am looking, my husband was supposed to find out if he can get off the, like, April the 21st, that following week. I found a cruise for us, for he and I going to Cozumel. So he's got to let me know though, because you know those they get filled up so quick. But I'm sure we could find something. You know, there's always something last minute like that. But I want he and I to go on a cruise after, you know, session's over, and I don't know. I just want to go and be somewhere with my hubby and just. But I don't want to leave my kitty cat. I do not want to leave my baby, but I'd have to leave her. Have to put her in a daycare or something. So yeah, that's stressful. So I don't know. Cruise might not be in the plans for the future. I don't know. So yeah, guys, this is, I don't know. Y'all know what's so bad? Do y'all know how many amazing designs I've got done? And I'll get it to almost like a full kit, and then I run out of steam, and then I'm like, well, that's not enough to make a kit. And so I don't put them in my Etsy, and then I just kind of leave them setting in the files. Do y'all know how many I've got like that? Jen, you should, yeah. All right, January 5th through 12th, Carnival Celebration. You should go on that one. I'm telling you, I was terrified of the cruise. I was terrified of being on the water. I was terrified. I was like, Lord, that's too much water for me to have to drink. You know, I was like, what happens if it sinks, you know? And it didn't help that my boys were talking about the Titanic and all this kind of stuff. And I was just terrified, and I never would go. And then all of my kids were like, all of my girls had already been on cruises. And so when I found out that all of my children come out of Tampa, no, it's out of Miami. It's the Carnival Celebration, January 5th through 12th. And I can't remember. It's the one going to like Grand Turk and all that. We're going to the different side of the Caribbean than we went to the last time. Right now, I think there's like 50 of us going. Like all of my children, I think, are going, all of their spouses, all of their children, and some of my children's in-laws are even going to be able to go. My mom and dad's going. My hubby's going to get to go on this one. And my mom is even more scared of stuff than I am. And she said that she was worried, you know, that she would let her mind get to racing like in the middle of the night while we were out in the middle of the, you know, on a sea day or something. But and it's the truth, my mom done great. My dad did too, and he has PTSD. But excuse me, Mama would lay down at night and she'd say, you know what? She said, I know the master of the wind. And that was all it was. And she said she knew the master of the wind, and she'd let the master of the wind handle it. And she went to sleep. So 1, 2, 3.5. I'm trying to remember what size these are. 3.5 by 1, 2 1/4. Yeah, so you just, Mama done that. She just said, you know, excuse me, she said, I know the master of the wind. He can calm the seas, and we all slept. I'm telling you. And before we even got back home to Tallahassee, my mom was already booking her next cruise. Excuse me. And when I tell y'all that my mom was even more terrified than I was, I ain't kidding. But we all loved it. Oh, we had a blast. And so we've all already got our rooms booked, and we did do, I think we got group. And so by having the group, I know we get like $50 of onboard credit. And so I paid my deposit, and then we just have to have the cruise paid for by October 7th, which that's not that bad. So, but yeah, it's going out of Miami, which that's where we went out of last time, and it was not bad at all. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than what it was. The only time that it was bad was when we, excuse me, debarkation day when we got back. It was a big marathon down there in Miami, and so that was a little crazy, but even at that, it really wasn't bad. So that, you know, parking was not bad. The porters were very nice to help us get our, you know, luggage and stuff. Just tip them, and it's fine. But whenever we search for Jacksonville, Miami, Tampa, Port Canaveral, Mobile, and New Orleans. But it seems like all of the better deals are out of Miami. So yeah, but we'll be on Celebration again, and the room that my husband and I will be in. I don't like the Miami area either. My stepdaughter and her mom live in Miami, and my husband and I, we took a train down there a couple years ago to go visit, and oh my goodness, I was like, I have not lost anything in Miami. But what we done was we stayed in, we drove down to Okeechobee, and we stayed with my daughter and her husband, which is what, you know, yeah, it's way down there. But we stayed in Okeechobee and then got up the morning of embarkation and drove to Miami. My daughter is going on, my oldest daughter and her husband and children are going on an Alaskan cruise. I think she said May. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure she's going on an Alaskan cruise in May. I would love to see Alaska, but I don't think I could handle the cold. I couldn't. Because that's the one thing I loved about being in the Caribbean, was it was nice and warm, and it was still cool for me. I was still pretty chilly, but so what I'm doing right now, I don't know if y'all guys are even paying attention to what I'm doing, but this is what's going to be the pockets for these, and that's how you do this. So I'm just making my little pockets so that I can laminate these little bad boys. And I've got a bunch more of these to do. Hey, Miss Deanna. I haven't talked to you in a while. Of course, I haven't talked to anybody in a while because I've been such a slacker. I really have. I haven't done anything. And I know I'm not, yeah, parka in my hubby, yeah. I'd still freeze. I don't think they make them thick enough for me. My hubby would love it because he likes it cold. Not me. Not I. I said, nope, I was born a Florida girl for a reason. The Lord knew what he was doing when he let me be born in Florida. because I can't handle the cold. So I had to go out a while ago and get more laminating sheets because I somehow just let myself run out. Because it's just been, oh my goodness. Now I'm trying to open these things. I don't even have the energy to open them. Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. Y'all see, that's how bad I am. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I can't handle, it's been chilly this, well, of course, because it was my week in the office. Because I've told them, I said, anytime that it's my week in the office, you can rest assured it's going to be freezing. Y'all, if it wasn't so cold this week, it flat ridiculous. And I got to work Monday, and my supervisor said something about it being cold. I said, yeah. I said, you should have known. You didn't have to look at the weather. All you had to do was look and see if I was in the office. And I was in the office, so guess what? It was freezing. Because that's how it is. If I'm in the office, it's going to be cold. If I'm not in the office, it'll be fine. Oh, I run out. I had to go get, and thankfully Office Depot had them on sale, because normally I order them from Amazon, because Office Depot normally wants like $50 for a box of 200. But thankfully they had them on sale tonight. But yeah, I go through the laminating sheets because like this is laminating sheet, and then it's going into the laminating pouch. So I go through a lot of them. So I try to keep them. I normally try to keep a box of 200 that's not open, so that when I open that one, I can just, go get another one and always have a new one on hand. But I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking or not thinking, or honestly, I probably wasn't thinking at all, because I don't know. But yeah, this is the fun part. This is why if you buy stuff like this on Etsy, this is why it costs a little bit, because the stuff, it's kind of, I think it's easy to do, but it is very time consuming. Very time consuming, but I enjoy doing it. I like doing it. But I'm starting to feel myself running out of steam. Like, big time. I can feel it. I haven't ate my dinner. I probably need to eat it. I probably won't end up eating it, because that's what I do. I'll feel like I'm hungry, and then I'll get it, and then I'll be like, no, that's okay, I'm good. I don't really want it. Which my husband reaps the benefits of that, because he knows he's always got some kind of food that I'm going to have here. Because I will be so hungry, or so I thought or think. And then when it comes down to it, I'm like, no, I don't really want it. I'll eat something later. And then I end up not eating anything later. So that's probably why I'm so tired. My husband said I'm not getting enough vitamins and nutrients, and he's probably right, but I'm not going to tell him that. We're going to keep that our little secret. We're not going to let him know he's right. So, well, guys, I think I'm going to get off of here. I don't even know if I've got the energy now to see. I'm just like that. It was just like, boom. It's like I hit a brick wall. Like, out of energy. I was doing good, and then all of a sudden it's just like, I'm done. So I am probably going to get off of here, and I'm not even going to finish these tonight. I am going to leave them setting right here, just like this. I will come in here maybe, hopefully tomorrow, and go ahead and laminate them, and then we'll go from there. But I do have to finish the video for you guys of the journal, that file folder journal, because I've got two different ways that I want to put the papers in. So I really do want to do that. So, oh, no, you will not purchase it, Jen. No, you will not. I will send it to you. Just send me an Etsy message. You absolutely will not purchase it. If anybody wants one of my girls' CDs, message me on Etsy or send me an email, bettydmoney@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to send one out to you. But yeah, I am going to get off of here, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. And I'm so sorry that I've just not been recording my videos and being on here like I should. I do apologize, and I am going to get back and I'm going to get back on it. I am going to say, though, I think I am going to do at least one more budget video on here, because I don't know if I'm going to do it next week or not, but I am going to do my YouTube paycheck on here for you guys, because it was because of y'all that I got paid so much. So yeah. All right, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for sticking around with me tonight, and I will hopefully be able to end this video. I turned the TV off, so we shall see, because y'all know how it goes. So this is when the fun starts, so stick around, because the real show's about to get going. All right, bye, guys. Let me see. End. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking y'all.